Welcome to the Tercero Cross Country Stadium and to two of the really interesting races on the Milano Cortina program. In this session, we'll bring you the mixed and open relays, and these provide fascinating combination of skiing styles and athlete categories. Each race has 4 sectors of 2.5 kilometres, and we'll be showcasing the sitting, standing and vision impaired athletes. The mixed relay is first on the schedule. There will be 10 teams fighting for the medals, 1 team per country.
The team consists of 4 athletes, 2 men and 2 women. The team can be mixed categories, sitting, standing and visually impaired classifications. We have 1 of the 2.5 kilometre laps for each of the athletes, and the technique for each of the athletes will alternate. One will be classic, then skate, then classic, then skate. And to keep things fair, we will have a percentage system, but the conditions are near perfect. Some chill in the air.
It's a little cloudier today. Describe the snow as hard-packed. It's taken some punishment over the last few weeks with no additional natural snow landing here. So a mixed 4x2.5K relay coming up. Rules can allow some flexibility around the composition. And nominally, usually 2 men and 2 women. Today we've got some teams that have tweaked that combination. United States, Germany, Japan, Ukraine. First for the Russian Federation is here, Sweden, Brazil, People's Republic of China, Canada and Belarus. The USA 4 years ago won this event ahead of China and Canada. And the US might be slight favourites in the view of many.
No time factors at the finish. The percentage system is based on the team selection. To be under a certain limit, which is 335%. So it will be action on track. First past the post will be the winners.
Josh Sweeney will lead it off for the USA. A pocket of probably noisy supporters, family and friends, having a whale of a time in Italy. Nico Messinger first away for Germany with guide Robin Wunderl. Vicker will go second for Germany. Third team led off by Minamoto Tokaharu. Ukraine's starter is Pavlo Bal. Strong team, Ukraine.
Very strong indeed. Bal, Talis Rad, Alexandra Kononova, Mia Liashenko. Lots of gold medals amongst the team from Ukraine. From Japan, cheering on Minamoto Tokaharu, who will start for Team Japan. Ukraine, one Pavlo Bal. Followed by Taurus Rad, Alexandra Kononova and Liashenko on leg 4.
All these athletes with 1 next to their team number, and they are away in the mixed 4x2.5K relay. 10 teams. They'll give it everything in their allocated lap.
Starting for Germany, Nico Messinger with guide Robin Wendel lead in the mixed relay. Different classifications. So some teams will be out in front, and then others will then chase and catch up those who have started very, very quickly. Team Germany.
Messinger, guide Robin Wendel, to establish as good a lead as they can through this opening 2.5 Ks. A bit of jostling happening behind, and Josh Sweeney moving past the rival into second place for the United States.
Josh Sweeney with the white cap on. Pavlo Bell sticking to the inside Ukraine. At this stage, bringing up the rear. And Cameron, Canada.
So Sweeney pushing hard. Here we've got the team from Brazil and Ukraine. Brazil team number 7, number 4. So just reiterating that these first athletes out, a smaller number represents which athlete they are in their team. So they are number 1, and the bigger number represents the team number. Intersection there. Skiers got through just in time not to interrupt the race. Not sure what was going on there, but Messinger doing a super job up front for Germany.
It will be discussed beforehand by teams who will go first. Nico Messinger, the high classification. Jevika, Walter and Lennart Volker. They would have expected Nico Messinger to start quickly, build up a lead.
Pavlo Bal has just a move forward for Ukraine, and just drifting back slightly, Josh Sweeney for the United States. Really a bump there with Christian Westmeyer Ribeira of Brazil in Team 7.
Ivan Golubkov also with a white cap for Russia, with white sleeves. Easy to pick out compared to the white cap of Josh Sweeney.
So making the most of skier in the first leg is Germany. Nico Messinger. Not out of sight though. Golyukov skiing for the Russian Federation. Gap is 12 seconds. Bal of Ukraine, Sweeney of the United States, and Westmeyer Ribeira of Brazil. It's China will be making their move later in the race.
One checkpoint on the 2.5 kilometer lap. 2:59.54 Messinger, 12 seconds ahead of Bal. Sweeney filtering in behind. Cameron. That's right, Zaczynski. First leg for Canada, currently at the rear.
Some athletes are actually going to ski 2 legs of this relay. Depending on how many athletes they've got available, they still want to be in the relay, and they can opt to ski twice to make up the 4 laps. And Christian Fuderberg of Sweden will be doing that, as will Wellington de Silva of Brazil. Messinger just maybe tiring a little. He's set out really briskly, established a good lead. Home as well as he can. He'll be handing over to Anja Vika. So handing over, there's no contact required in the exchange area. Just arrive and your teammate departs. Time when they tap each other on the back.
Messinger will enter the exchange area. Once Messinger is inside the area, the next athlete can then start their 2.5 kilometers. First view of the exchange. Messinger negotiates the final hairpin.
He will hand over to Anja Vika as soon as he is across the line.
Crosses the line 5:23 and 4, and away goes Anja Vika.
Won a couple of medals at these games. A much-loved competitor. Just exudes that joy of competition that we have to see. She'll be aware that people will catch her and probably go past her, but that's all right. She skis as fast as she can. And Leonie Volter and Lennart Volkart will follow for Germany after Vicker.
Very close in behind. United States, Ukraine, Russian Federation and Brazil split by 1.1 seconds. Second, third, fourth and fifth.
Second for the US is Oksana Masters.
Behind for China, trying to catch up the bunch of athletes in second, third, fourth and fifth. Currently in sixth place, 20 seconds behind that group of four.
Team 6 is Sweden.
Will do that as they go through. Brazil in fifth place at the line. Santos Roca.
Last team, Canada, Colin Cameron.
Cameron at the rear of the field at the moment, but you'll expect Colin Cameron to make plenty of headway here.
They had the bronze medal 4 years ago, and they nearly have the same team. Derek Zaplatinsky replacing Emily Young 4 years ago. But Cameron, Wilkie and Arends all there in 2022. Valentina Barila for Belarus. Last team out, Belarus.
Anja Vicker, second athlete away for Germany, had a lead of 25 seconds. Athletes will make plenty of encroachment on the lead of Vicker, who has 3 medals at Paralympic Winter Games, all in biathlon. A lead of 24.8 seconds after the first exchange, and only 1.1 seconds splitting second, third, fourth and fifth. Very close in behind Team Germany. Messinger with an excellent first leg, expected to have led by over 20 seconds.
Parts of the area now exposed by the lack of snow, but the racing surface is still in good condition thanks to the hard work being done. Taras Rad of Ukraine.
Taras Rad, very, very powerful. Leg 2, Alexandra Kononova, 3. And final leg will be Lyashenko. Rad has gone past Vicker, now leads. Vicker in the background, back in fourth place.
Golubkov coming through for Russia. He still has the #1 bib because he's skiing twice, so he goes around. I suppose a small advantage in that, even though he has to ski 5Ks instead of 2.5, is that there's no exchange, no loss of pace through the exchange area. It's a small plus, but he's got to do twice the work of most of the others. And Vicker goes through.
Sandra Masters in third place, Vicker in fourth.
Zhang Peng skiing second for People's Republic of China, just behind Vicker.
With the different classifications, going first, going second, going third, teams can go in front by 25-30 seconds, and then next they will come back by the same margin, as other teams will then have an athlete who is faster on their second or third. So when it comes to a mixed relay, the team out in front will not necessarily stay in that position. They'll be expected to lead by 20 or 30 seconds and then expect to come back just like Anja Vicker, and then try and come back again. So at the moment, rather fragmented, normally is in a mixed relay, trying to judge exactly which team is where they should be. And also, which team where they shouldn't be as well.
Masters chasing down Golubkov. Up front, though, for Ukraine, Taras Rad is going to hand over to Alexandra Kononova, and finishing it for Ukraine down the track will be Ludmila Lyashenko. So they've got great strength and depth across this relay team, Ukraine.
Extremely powerful team. Taras Rad, very, very quick. Very quick indeed. Gold medal winner in the sprint biathlon. Will be handed over to Alexandra Kononova, who was the gold medal in the sprint biathlon as well. Powerful Taras Rad. Kononova, a wonderful skier, very, very adept to a flat course. Just glides across the surface, Kononova. Kononova is away, quickly up to pace. Very, very light on her feet. Kononova barely brushes the surface.
Ukraine just out of the medals 4 years ago. They finished 4th. It was USA, China, Canada, then Ukraine, followed by Germany, Poland, Japan and Brazil. Slightly bigger field this year with 10 rather than 8.
Volkov, Anastasia Bagian. United States just in behind. Oksana Masters handing over to Sydney Peterson.
Wang Yue spinning now for China.
Sydney Peterson, standing classification. Alexandra Kononova also, and Anastasia Bagian. All three teams with standing athletes in their third leg.
Sydney Peterson, a gold in the 10K, silver in the sprint. US team bristling with medal winners. And Leonie Volta going through for Germany, and guide Christian Krasman. We're close for second, Russian Federation and the US. Ukraine have got a handy lead, and behind the top three, some work to do for the pursuers. It's Ellen Westerlund for Sweden going through. And Wellington de Silva.
Wellington de Silva will be on the third and also on the fourth, so we'll go straight through onto the fourth as the teams get the incline. And they're starting to bunch up as well for the medals. Kononova out in front. Sydney Peterson alongside the likes of Natalie Wilkie, who's making plenty of ground for Team Canada. It's close currently for second, third and fourth. One checkpoint at halfway. And the 2.5 kilometers will give us more of an indication of how tightly grouped second, third and fourth are.
Ukraine had a 22-second lead over the Russian Federation at second change.
Kononova, the leader. Nobody in the background.
Racing surface sounding quite crisp.
Very crisp, very flat, very icy as well. Kononova, one of the lighter skiers. Very, very light on her feet, just gliding across the ice. Up the hill and then downhill, looking over to see possibly second place. At the moment, there's nobody behind her, apart from a gap of about 20 seconds.
So skiing an excellent leg is Kononova, and she will pass on to Ludmila Lyashenko. China's third leg. skied by Wang Yue and guide Chen Guoming.
Kononova coming up to the checkpoints. At the top of the second incline, 15:55.3, and in the background, nobody. The lead looks to have grown for Kononova. Second half of the lap is downhill. Brings its own slight problems in these icy conditions. Second place. Again, Russia, 34.7 seconds. Kononova has increased the lead by just over 10 seconds. Wang coming through for third. China.
Yeah, China's improved their position, that's for sure. And then Sydney Peterson, 48 seconds. The drift of Kononova, that's a lot to make up. Jake Adikoff will be last to go for the US. Visually impaired skier, and his guide will be Reed Goebel. But Adikoff won the 10K and sprint. Natalie Wilkie for Canada. Their way back, they were the bronze medalists 4 years ago.
Plenty of encouragement from coaches. Markerens will be on the fourth leg for Canada, so very quick athletes for USA and Canada on the final leg. Ukraine handover already, and Lumia Lyashenko is away, hunting for another gold medal for Ukraine. Lyashenko with just the one medal in Milano Cortina, bronze in the sprint biathlon, but sprint biathlon bronze is still an exceptional achievement.
Anastasia Bagian will just simply be going around again behind Sergei Sinyakin, the guide. They'll just swoop across and resume racing. No exchange for them. What has she got left in the tank? Try and take the Russian Federation to a medal. Meantime, Huang Lingxin sets out after her. 5 seconds behind the Russian Federation is China. The handy lead for Ukraine. Can they be caught?
Jake Adikoff away for United States will quickly reel in China. Russia Federation. Can Adikoff? A medal for United States. Ukraine 48 seconds in front of Adikoff. And Markerens with the same task, with 1 minute and 11 behind Ukraine. Very quick athletes for Canada and United States. Can they catch the medal places?
Germany hand over to Lennart Volkert. Lennart's guide is Niels Kolb. This is our leader, Ludmila Lyashenko. Are they closing?
The lead for Lyashenko was reduced by 5 or 6 seconds. Part of that was because Bagian will be going round for the second time, and it was the seconds kicked in the back pocket from the exchange. Having to get up to speed will cost you.
As Brazil's Wellington da Silva just shifting over into the exchange area and continuing himself. He's doing 5Ks.
The lead was 29 seconds for Ukraine. The start of the final lap, 34.1 to China. A gap of 5 seconds between silver and bronze. Expect the United States and Canada to quickly be encroaching on those medals as we reach the halfway point after the second of the 2 inclines. Second half of the lap downhill, and the field should get rather bunched for the medals.
Harder to make up ground downhill. If Lyashenko can get to that downhill section, protecting a lead, even more difficult for the pursuers.
Liashenko, when it comes to the second of the uphill sections, will be given information by coaches. Possibly, they may not. They may just encourage Liashenko. Look forward, look ahead, concentrate on your own skiing rather than what's happening in behind. Should be fully aware that quick athletes from the United States, from Canada, from Russian Federation will be chasing her.
And here's Adikov, US. China's Huang Lingxin. Wheel guide will be the next checkpoint.
Liashenko downhill and then a very sharp uphill section into a right-handed bend. This is where the checkpoint is. The gap was 29 seconds, Liashenko. From gold to silver, it's going to be less than that.
We can see Jake Adikov closing fast. It's good news for the team which won this event 4 years ago. And Adikov is going to go by Liashenko.
Comfortably around the outside at the start of the downhill section into the stadium, just where Adikov will have wanted to take Liashenko, would not have wanted to have waited till the downhill section. That brings plenty of problems. Looking good for USA.
Huang has China sitting in bronze medal position, almost 29 seconds behind. Now Adikov is just flying away. Mixed relay is looking good for the USA. Led out by Josh Sweeney, Oksana Masters, then Sydney Peterson. Jake Adikov has held his form beautifully to put them in this position. USA, Ukraine and China at the moment.
Liashenko in behind Jake Adikov, who is out in front. Jake Adikov for United States, skiing towards another mixed relay gold medal. Adikov started the final leg in 4th position, has come through to win the gold medal in the mixed relay for United States of America. Gold for United States. Liashenko, it was silver medal for Ukraine. Started the final leg in front, only picked up by Adikov. Brilliant from Liashenko. United States gold, Ukraine silver, and a bronze medal for China. Huang Lingxi has stayed in 3rd place. Excellent bronze medal for China. As the pace from behind came too late for the bronze.
Leonard Volkerts finishing off for Germany. In they come, 4th place. And Canada, Mark Arens chased as hard as he could. Well, that's a big improvement for Ukraine across the 4 years. They missed out in Beijing in the medal, but up into silver. And it's back-to-back gold for the United States.
Liashenko would have been fully aware that Jake Adikov was bearing down on her. Wonder at what stage, maybe halfway up the sharp incline, maybe would have thought if I get to the downhill section and Adikov will have problems, but no. Jake Adikov very confident on the final leg to pick up Liashenko. Did so importantly at the top of the uphill section, and then as soon as the climb into the stadium complex started, there was only going to be one winner. It was Team USA.
Not really a surprise that our 4 athletes in each of the medal-winning teams all skied just the one leg. They were able to bring strong, fresh athletes to each sector. USA, Ukraine and China doing that. Anastasia Bagian, the Russian Federation, faded over that second 2.5 kilometres. So just a little too much for her to maintain a medal-winning pace.
Alexandra Kononova delighted with a silver medal for Ukraine to go alongside a gold medal in the sprint biathlon, 2 bronze medals as well here in Milano Cortina. She now has the set.
Federation did finish in 6th place. Minute 16 behind the US.
Wellington de Silva for Brazil skied leg 3 and the 4th. Comes through for 7th place and to warm applause.
So we still have Sweden out on course, along with Belarus and Japan. Here comes Iwamoto Mika. Japan finished 7th 4 years ago, and here we are again. Crash through the pain barrier and then drag themselves back through it.
0 energy left. Iwamoto Mika, after 2.5 kilometers, putting it all out on the course. Wellington de Silva having to go around twice, understandably extremely tired for his leg 3 and 4. Belarus. Will leave Belarus in 9th position. Comfortably clear of 10th.
So just waiting for Sweden to come in. And the final skier, Alice Morelius.
Medal winners posing for a golden photo.
Familiar feeling for Oksana Masters. And Jake Adikoff.
Jake Adikoff, gold medal winner in the cross-country sprint. Gold for Sydney Peterson in the cross-country middle distance. Oksana Masters with 2 gold medals, 3 indeed, in individual competitions. A delight for Josh Sweeney. His gold medal here at Milano Cortina 2026.
Here is Alice Morelius. Final skier out on course.
Team Sweden coming through into 10th position. Will finish 10th of 10. 2 warm applause from the crowd. Great applause for those supporting Sweden.
They didn't race in this event 4 years ago. They've given it all here in Milano Cortina. Represented by Arndt Furberg, Ellen Westerlund and Alice Morelius. Furberg skied both first 2 legs.
The natural ebb and flow of a mixed relay shown to great effect in Milano Cortina. Jake Adikov starting the fourth and final leg in fourth position, taking third, second, and first place. Ludmila Lyashenko at the top of the hill, coming through to win a gold for Team USA.
There was a humble moment shown there by guide Reed Goebel. He just stepped aside so that Jake Adikov would cross the line clearly on his own. And it is the United States claiming gold ahead of Ukraine and the People's Republic of China in the mixed 4x2.5K relay.
It was nuts. It only took 12 years. I'm back. Nice job.
I don't have years again. questo è il cappuccio.
Yeah.
But what are you guys doing?
easy.
Getting ready for our next event, the open relay, and there are some clouds around, but I don't think they're going to produce any snow or rain on such a warm day as we have now. Indicating a little bit of breeze across the course, but it won't trouble our 12 teams in the open relay, each team consisting of 4 athletes, and a slightly different look to the way this is done compared to the mixed relay.
In the open relay, a combined percentage of each team must be 375% or less, calculated by some of the individual percentages of athletes. Minus 15% for a female athlete, 12% for a sit ski athlete, and when you add them all up together, it must be 375% or less. Away from that, it is an open relay.
12 teams. In a couple of them, we'll see that an athlete will ski twice. Yerbukamatov, for example, for Kazakhstan, and Koyoki Taiki for Japan. Generally, 4 different athletes, keeping the ears warm and the noise down to a minimum. The little ones need a bit of protection with headphones if the public address is too loud. That's a very sensible mum. Not far away from a start in this event, and Ukraine will be wearing bib number 1, and they are the champions from 2022. They were followed home in Beijing by France and Norway, and all 3 of those nations are certainly contenders today, one would think.
Plenty of support for Germany. Strong side representing Germany. An open relay can consist of 4 athletes, any gender, any category, freely combined, compared to a mixed relay. Just that percentage needs to be 375 or less when you combine all 4 athletes, or if you have 3, it will be 1 athlete and you combine 2 of their percentages.
Absolute flyer to bring it home for Germany on the 4th leg in Marco Meyer. So if you're watching a relay like this for the first time, the larger number on the bib is their team number, and the smaller number represents which leg they are skiing. And you mentioned Germany. Well, yes, indeed. They were just in silver medal position in the recent World Championships. Ukraine, led off by Dmitry Swako and guide Alexander Nikonovich.
Strong team from Ukraine. as expected. Germany with Meyer on leg 4. Canada, Norway, People's Republic of China, very, very strong team as well. Team France, interesting, with Benjamin Davier on the first, and then he will sit to one side for legs 2 and 3 and come back for the 4th and the anchor.
Logan Riviere will lead off for Canada, and Joseph Hutton is the guide. And Kjartan Haugen is going to ski the first 2 legs for Norway. They bring the same team that won bronze in Beijing, does Norway. Haugen, Vilde Nielsen and Thomas Oxal.
Another very, very strong team. Interesting when it comes to the tactics, the lineups, where certain athletes are placed. Are they placing the quickest athletes on leg 4? Are they going to blast away at the start? Let's find out.
Away they go, the 12 teams in the open 4x2.5K relay. Ukraine, Germany, Canada and Norway expected to figure. And it's a frenetic start. A couple of the visually impaired skiers out front.
Theo Bolt, Germany, just edging the lead on the inside. Ukraine, Dmitry Shuarko, and a fall of the guide, Jakob Bolt. Theo Bolt's guide for Germany, falling at the first bend.
Well, that's going to make it particularly challenging for Theo Bolt. Now, this happened in another event at these games where Theo Bolt lost his guide and brother Jacob in the latter stages of a race, and he was able to finish well enough.
The guides pulled to one side, will not be trying to catch up Theo. The one option that Germany have with Theo Bolt is that there are other athletes with guides on course. It could well be that Jakob has filtered back in.
Yes, he's come across and joined at the front of that group, and hopefully can reconnect effectively with Theo.
The other option for Theo would be to essentially sit in the slipstream of another visually impaired athlete and just maintain that position for the one circuit. It could well be the case still, because his guide is out in front and there is another guide in between himself and another athlete as well. So there's 2 then in front of Theo Bolt and his guide.
Kjartan Haugen at the back of that group in bib number 4-1 as first and second skier he'll be for Norway. So a slightly chaotic start. The good news for Germany is that Theo Bolt is going along quite well. Back in the field, this is Yerbal Kamatov skiing first for Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan with team number 9.
Theo Bolt, only 19 years old, first Paralympic Winter Games, and what a dramatic way to start the open relay. It hasn't put him off skiing at all, didn't break stride whatsoever, to his credit, and is now behind his guide.
Caught a glimpse there of Michele Biglioni for Italy earlier, and he's got a big cheer squad in the stands at the Cerro Cross Country Stadium. Lovely to see family and friends supporting these athletes. Just drifting off the back of that pack now is Kjartan Haugen. Just pacing himself. He's got to ski 2 laps.
Benjamin Davier in second for France, in 4th in fact, but only 2 seconds behind Theo Bolt. Davier again will be on the first, as he is now, and then we'll rest for legs 2 and 3, and then we'll be back for the anchor leg 4.
Christoph Weffer of Poland, team number 11.
Another athlete who will be on legs 1 and also leg 2 is a very quick athlete, cross-country bronze medalist in the sprint and gold in the biathlon sprint. Yuval Kamatov, Kazakhstan, may not figure on screen until legs 3 and 4 Kazakhstan, but expect them to all of a sudden appear as a major medal danger later on in the open relay. Kamatov at the moment 24 seconds behind the leaders on legs 1 and 2. They will come back into this relay later on.
Now, if I'm correct there, Theobald's guide has just stepped out of the way again and pulled over to the side of the course. So Bold is skiing again without a guide. So whether the fall took something out of him, we'll keep our fingers crossed that Theo can finish this first lap without further incident. Moving to the front, Dmitry Suako of Ukraine.
Into the stadium. And when it comes to the exchange, the handover between legs 1 and 2, there will be an exchange area. Once you're into the area, the next athlete then can go. Or if you're going to continue, you just continue on your merry way on to leg 2. Into, across the line, the handover area, and then the athletes on the far side then starts.
There's a good quick opening lap from Deng Hisong of China to get them into 3rd place. Then France and Norway.
With all the incidents surrounding Theobald, that goes down as a very, very good first leg for Team Germany. Sebastian Marburger will be looking for maybe a quieter and a more serene second leg for Team Germany.
Yes, good racing presence and composure displayed by Theobald. And Sebastian Marburger extending the lead for Germany.
Theo, China, currently in 2nd, coming through into 3rd, wearing number 8, and then the small 2 for the 2nd athlete for Team France, Carl Tabouret, very talented 22-year-old.
Spare thought for Kjartan doing his 2nd lap of 2.5 Ks. Marburger for Germany.
Marburger will try and keep the distance between himself and number 8, the small 2 for Carl Tabouret, to the distance on screen, around about 10 to 12 seconds between the pair.
Vasyl Kravchuk for Ukraine has just dropped back a few places. The sit skier going 2nd. It'll be Grigory Vovchinsky and Serafim Drahun for Ukraine. But this is the continuing good work of Sebastian Marburger. Lynn Kazmaier will go next. And Marco Meyer might well not be in the lead, Germany, come the last change, but Marco Meyer is fun to watch. He's cuts a tall and imposing figure on the snow.
Sebastian Marburger, one of the quickest skiers in the competition, silver medal winner in Milano Cortina in the cross-country sprint. No surprise to see Marburger extending the lead over Davier.
Carl Tabouret of France going through in with 8, and we've still, of course, got Kjartan Haugen skiing on for Norway, and this is Vasyl Kravchuk.
Marburger coming up to the 1.6 kilometre checkpoint, 1 checkpoint on the lap, and clear from China, and Tabouret on the 2nd of the legs for France, Davier on the 1st, and then will be the 4th. Hagen keeping tabs on Tabouret.
Wang Tao coming through in the red headband. So China a solid second, just 18.7 seconds behind Germany. Tabouret and then Haugen. Digging in hard. Vasil Kravchuk is trying to keep Ukraine in contention here. They won this event 4 years ago.
Tabouret with a yellow card next to his name. The jury will be looking at the handover from legs 1 to leg 2. They will be checking all of the handovers, making sure the athletes out on the lap was sufficiently across the line and into the changeover area before the athlete then started.
Field of 12, and Czechia is in this time. Great Britain was part of the event 4 years ago. Not this time. Otherwise, same nations involved. A lot of different skiers, but a couple of the main contenders have managed to keep 3 out of the 4 together, including Ukraine.
Sebastian Marburger's lead for Germany is increasing with every stroke. Very impressive from Marburger. Will enter the stadium. It will be a hairpin to the right and then into the changeover area. The last incline. It's downhill all the way for Marburger. Next to go for Germany will be Lynn Katzmeyer. Guide Florian Barman before Marco Meyer on leg 4. But the lead for Germany will be over 20 seconds, one would suggest, for Sebastian Marburger. Very impressive on leg 2.
Lynn Katzmeyer next to go for Germany. We know that she's got her own cheer squad. They've got shirts saying friends and family of Lynn and Flo. Flo being Florian Baumann, the guide, who takes off now.
And that looked to be a very safe changeover. There was a good second or so between the athlete going into Marburger, the changeover area, and then Lynn Katzmeyer starting on leg 3. The lead is 22.2 seconds over Norway. China 24.4, 24.8, the same time as France.
Vilde Nilsson sets off for Norway, a gold medalist at these games. And the third skier is Wang Chenyang for China. So Katzmeyer has quite an easy style. It's efficient. A few might be quicker in her category, but she gets across the snow with seemingly minimal effort. Good technique.
Lead of over 20 seconds. Anthony Chalençon on leg 3 for France should close the gap to the leaders.
Vovchinsky has taken off for Ukraine, almost a minute behind. Vovchinsky is quick.
.8 seconds is the gap between Vovchinsky and the leader. That will certainly come down as Katzmeyer hits the first of the inclines and being chased, and the gap is down already below 20 seconds. Anthony Chalençon on the left, as we see second and third. On the right now, Chalençon. Now moving into second, and Chalençon, the next target will be the gold medal position, and Lynn Katzmeyer.
So Norway, China and France engaged in an intriguing battle at the moment behind Germany. And catching. That's expected.
Katzmeyer doing a great job out in front for Team Germany. Chasing France in second, China third, Norway fourth. If they continue to make this progress. By the time they come round towards the stadium, all four should be very, very close together, and it will be, at the moment, a four-way shootout for gold medal. But don't rule out those in behind. Team Ukraine going very quickly on leg 3, Grigory Bobchinsky. The team that we mentioned very early on, Kazakhstan, Yudel Kamatov on the first 2 of the legs, with Vladislav Kolbal and Alexander Gertlis, 2 quick athletes on legs 3 and 4. Some way back still.
Florian Baumann shouting the instructions to Lin Kazmaier as here is the closing pack, led by Wang Chenyang of China. Then it's France, then Norway. And Norway's Vilde Nilsen is doing a great job holding on to that 4th spot and keeping in touch. It'll be interesting when she hands over to Thomas Oxal and guide Geir Levik, the last leg for Norway.
Team Germany will be delighted with Lin Kazmaier. You would have expected the pack to close behind Lin Kazmaier, maybe even passing Kazmaier. It might still be the case that that happens, but Kazmaier into the downhill section is still leading, and Team Germany have the powerful Marco Meyer on leg 4.
China's last skier will be Yu Shuang, visually impaired athlete, and guide Shang Jinsai. And they will be contending for a medal. Didn't manage one 4 years ago at home in Beijing, but China challenging.
Up the hill goes Kazmaier. The lead is 3.7 seconds. Germany 1, China 2, France and Norway 3 and 4. 14.3 seconds separates the first 4.
And making a little bit of a move up this hill, Vilde Nilsen trying to move Norway into 3rd. There'll be nothing between China and Germany at the final change.
Yu Shuang on the final leg for China. Silver medal in the cross-country sprint, gold in the biathlon sprint. Very, very quick. But we'll have to battle with Marco Meyer, who has 3 bronze medals in Milano Cortina already. Never won a gold medal at a Paralympic Winter Games. Silvers and bronze for Marco Meyer. He will be desperate for a gold medal.
Norway, the gold medalist, beg your pardon, at the last World Championships. What about Paralympic gold? Is that within their grasp?
Into the stadium, Lin Kazmaier still leading.
It's a great performance from her and guide Florian Baumann.
Team Germany will be delighted with Lin Kazmaier holding off China by just under a second, and away on the final leg, Marco Meyer for Germany.
And Yu Shuang of China. Well, the guide is ahead of Marco Meyer.
France away, Norway away in a battle for, at the moment, bronze medal for France. Benjamin Davier, who skied in leg 1, back in action in leg 4.
Serafim Draun sets off for Ukraine.
Ukraine were just under a minute behind. They've halved the deficit. Ukraine will be flying, try and win a medal. Marco Meyer just sitting in behind. It could become quite tactical. It's only 2.5 kilometre. It might wait for the incline. Meyer pulls out onto the inside. Is this the chance for Marco Meyer?
Seems to be making his move. He's pulled up alongside Yu Shuang.
Very steep incline. It become quite tactical now. If Meyer can get past on the hill, there is the second sharp incline before the split, and then it's downhill all the way. It's not just one athlete he needs to get by, it's the athlete and guide, but Meyer's doing so.
He's forced to go on the wider route on this hairpin and hasn't quite got past. And he's covered a few extra meters as well. A shrewd course taken by the Chinese guide, Shang Jinsai, for his athlete Yu Shuang.
Marco Maya might just sitting behind athlete from China, Yu Shuang, might just sitting behind until the next sharp incline, and that could be the second time to attack.
Thomas Oxal there for Norway in the white cap and being pursued by Serafim Drahun of Ukraine.
Ukraine have made up an awful lot of time. 28.3 seconds behind the leader. That was a minute at the start of leg 3. At the moment, they're closing on a bronze medal.
For the gold, it looks to be a race into Germany and China.
Marco Maya just sitting in behind at the moment. Yu Shuang, deep in thought, where can I attack? Which is the best place on the track to attack? But also, can he? The gap has just grown to an extra couple of meters.
Now, I would just wonder if this pace is asking a few questions of Marco Maya. He's got to hold on, be in position to make a challenge. And they're not making it easy for him. Yu Shuang skiing brilliantly. And he's got a race-smart guide in Shang Jinsai.
Equally as close between first and second as it is for third and fourth. Same rules apply. Lervik for Norway, trying to fend off the attention of Serafim Drahun.
So Yu Shuang, and they've just put 5 meters between themselves and Marco Maya. Maybe more. It's closer to 10 or 15. Marco is being slightly left behind here. Not a lot of juice in those legs late in the race. He's had a big program here and he's looking over his shoulder. That's a sign that, well, maybe I can't keep up this pace. How do I hold on for silver?
Yeah, looking to what's behind rather than in front. A telling sign from Marco Maya. The gold may well have gone here for Germany with Yu Shuang. Very, very quick. Race on for third.
Yes, Norway and Ukraine. This is going to be a spicy finish.
Oxal doing his best to keep the couple of meters. A glance behind by the guide. And he turns around and he sees the figure of Serafim Drahun.
China just finished out of the medals 4 years ago. But they're poised to go to the top.
Lead of 20 meters for Yu Shuang. Skiing towards an open relay gold medal for China. Marco Maya tried for the gold for Germany, but it's going to be gold for China in the open relay. Yu Shuang, very, very impressive fourth leg for Team China. Gold medal winners. Marco Maya gets helped by his teammates. Silver for Germany.
Well, they've been knocking on the door, China. They finished third at the recent World Championships. But who's it going to be for the bronze medal?
Well, Thomas Oxal needs to get going because Drahun is very quick on his outside. Oxal needs the line, and the line comes in time for Norway just.
Oh, a dangerous switch off from Norway. They nearly allowed Ukraine to snatch the bronze medal. A desperate Norway. Vilda Nilsson was yelling at her athlete, come on, bring it home. Teammate, well, just not sure what we were watching there. Thomas Oxal, was he exhausted or just not aware?
Geir Lervik, the guide, was waving to the crowd and celebrating. Didn't realise that Drahun had not gone anywhere in behind, but it will be a bronze medal for Norway. Quite whether they thought it would be 0.2 of a second as they came into the home straight. Too short.
Too close for comfort. Norway, that would have been such a mistake to have made.
Tremendous battle for the gold and for the bronze. An amazing fourth leg by Yu Shuang, securing gold. Very tired Benjamin Davier, who skied on the first and the fourth leg for France. China holding off Germany.
France finishing 6th, and they were silver medalists 4 years ago. Slight changing of the guard, really, at the top here, with China emerging to take the gold.
Teo being hugged by all teammates, guides, anybody associated with China. Fantastic fourth leg by Yu Shuang, holding off Marco Meyer, who punches the air for a silver, realized that silver medal was going to be his about halfway through the final leg. Couldn't reach Yu Shuang, tried up the first incline, but didn't have the pace today. And then it was the battle for the bronze, a dramatic battle as well. Japan finishing in 7th, just ahead of Poland.
Second half of the race coming in now. 12 teams starting. And this is Italy coming in. Christian Toninelli, the final skier. He'll be welcomed warmly into the home straight as he checks what's behind. Clear air.
Checking in behind is fine when racing in 9th or 10th. When going for a bronze medal.
Oh, Norway would never have forgiven themselves if they'd let that slip, and 0.2 of a second was all there was between 3rd and 4th. Just a momentary switch off nearly cost them dearly, and the Italians find their voice, raise their flags as Toninelli comes in. What a thrill to be in front of home fans. That moment especially sweet for him as he looked up, saw them cheering for him.
Splendid silver medal for Germany. Very, very powerful team. All the drama at the start with Theo Bolt, Jakob the guide. And Inkatsmeyer leg 3 was supreme.
Yes, he was given every chance, Marco Meyer, but having said that, we must give all the credit to Yu Shuang and guide Shang Jinsai. They held him off, created a pace that was just too great.
Conversations between Team Norway must be very interesting. The gap, 0.2 of a second. Doesn't matter now, the bronze is theirs.
It was pretty interesting watching Vilde Nielsen at the finish line urging Thomas Axel, come on, get here, get here. The challenge is coming. She could see it slipping away, but fortunately Norway hold on for the bronze. Fortunately for them, at least.
Team Thomas in the stands. Thomas Oxal will have their hearts in their mouths on the finish line, watching the dramatic bronze medal being won by Norway. Smiles now.
Drahun for Ukraine skied a wonderful last leg to even get close.
Never gave up, Drahun. Once again, the relays providing plenty of thrills, a few spills, one or two upsets and dramatic finishes, as so often happens in both mixed and open relays.
I think when we reflect on what happened to Germany in the opening leg when Theo Bold lost his guide, he kept his composure. I don't think it cost them that much, but it was upsetting for the for the skier to some degree, surely. United States didn't bring in an especially strong team to the open relay. Erin Martin, Michael Nealand, Max Nelson and Guy Gus Schutzlein and Jack Berry to finish it off.
For the quarter of the lap where Theo Bolt's guide was off the track, sat in behind a competitor in the slipstream. Whether Theo Bolt did start very quickly, whether that was the plan or they expected to be clear, that will be a conversation to be had after they've picked up a silver medal. Adds to the story of the open relay in Milano Cortina. Very into the downhill section, which will finish to warm applause and a few bells.
So United States will be the final team across the line. It's in fact a late withdrawal of Czechia. So 11 starters, not 12. Jack Berry urging on the crowd for a bit of support and thanks them for it.
Jack Berry crosses the line for Team USA. And a little hop over the line as well. Why not?
For some teams and some individuals in high-level sport, it's about doing your best and enjoying the occasion. There's not room for everyone to win. Confirming the result in the open relay, it's China from Germany and Norway, just 0.2 of a second back to Ukraine in fourth, Kazakhstan and France, your top six from Japan, Poland, Italy, Canada and the United States of America. Very entertaining.
Germany finishing second. Just battle for third place was Norway. 2 tenths of a second. So, presentations for these events, enjoy some more music with DJ Roy.
La voglio come beauty. Sento, puoi spegnerla? lì.
Sì. Ehi, Sergio lì. Sì. No, ho coperto la 15, sto coprendo la 9 e mo scendo.
Raise up your flags. Come on, everybody. Go, go, go.
L'operatore della rete si rimane lì a verificare l'operatore della rete. Ok, grazie. Però, sì, dai. Ah, sì, sì,
Well done, everybody. Let's give this energy going because it's almost time for the victory ceremony. Well done, thank you. You have been absolutely there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the mixed 4x2.5 kilometer relay.
Signore e signori, la cerimonia di premiazione della staffetta 4 per 2,5 km mista.
Please welcome the medalists.
Accogliamo i vincitori.
The medal ceremony for the para cross-country skiing mixed 4x2.5 kilometer relay.
The medals will be presented by
Le medaglie saranno consegnate da
Mr. Andrea Vagna, CEO of Milano Cortina 2026.
amministratore delegato Milano Cortina 2026,
Accompanied by
accompagnato da
Mr. John Alberg, FIS Technical Delegate.
delegato tecnico FIS.
Bronze medalists representing People's Republic of China.
Medaglia di bronzo per la Repubblica Popolare Cinese.
Bronze medal winners, People's Republic of China. 4 athletes, Mao Zhongwu, Zheng Pang, Wang Yu with guide Chen Jiumin and Huan Lingjin. super bronze medal in para cross country skiing mixed 4x2.5 kilometer relay for the People's Republic of China.
Silver medalists representing Ukraine.
Medaglia d'argento per l'Ucraina.
Silver medal goes to Ukraine. Very, very strong team. Pavlo Bal, Taras Rad, Alexandra Kononova, and Ludmila Lyashenko. Silver medal for Ukraine.
Taras Rad. Alexandra Kononova. Ludmila Lyashenko.
Mixed relay silver medalist, Ukraine.
Gold medalists and Paralympic champions representing United States of America.
Medaglia d'oro e campioni paralimpici degli Stati Uniti d'America.
Gold medal winners. Deservingly taking a bow. United States of America. Gold medal for Joshua Sweeney, Sana Masters, Sydney Peterson, and Jake Adikov with guide Reed Goebel.
Sana Masters. Sydney Peterson. Jake Adikov and Reed Goebel.
The mixed 4x2.5 kilometer relay gold medal winners, United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of United States of America.
Signore e signori, se potete, vi preghiamo di alzarvi per l'inno degli Stati Uniti d'America.
gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Signore e signori, i vincitori delle medaglie paralimpiche.
The mixed 4x2.5 kilometer relay, gold medal, United States of America, silver for Ukraine, and bronze for China.
Hit any of the side buttons, yeah. As many times as you want. Okay. There we go.
Great job, Skinner.
I think we're good.
Give the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the open 4x2.5 kilometer relay.
Signore e signori, la cerimonia di premiazione della staffetta 4 per 2,5 km open.
It'll be China, Germany and Norway making their way to the podium for the victory ceremony 4x2.5K open relay.
Accogliamo i vincitori.
Multiple lead changes throughout this race and a thrilling finish for the bronze medal. All the ingredients of entertaining sport. 4x2.5K open relay.
Le medaglie saranno consegnate da
Mr. John Almer, FIS Technical Delegate.
delegato tecnico FIS,
Accompanied by
accompagnato da
Ms. Anna Riccali, Sport Director, Milano Cortina 2026.
direttrice Sport Milano Cortina 2026.
Bronze medalists representing Norway.
Medaglia di bronzo per la Norvegia.
Kjartan Haugen, Vilde Nielsen, plus Thomas Oxal and his guide Geir Lervik. Same team that won the bronze in Beijing.
Kjartan Haugen. Vilde Nielsen.
This bronze medal so nearly wasn't theirs. The fast finishing Seraphim Drahun of Ukraine nearly snatched it from them. Thomas Oxal realised at the last second, threw his foot at the line. And third place to Norway.
Silver medalists representing Germany.
Medaglia d'argento per la Germania.
And Germany had a rather dramatic race. Going out first, Theo Bold lost contact with his guide, Jacob, and brother. They managed to steady the ship. They finished with a silver medal at the 25 Worlds. They were 8th 4 years ago, so it's been a big rise for them. The open relay results. Theo and Jacob Bold, Sebastian Marburger, Len Kazmaier, and her guide Florian Baumann skied an excellent third leg. Marco Meyer had a look at catching the leaders, but it was just a bit too quick, the pace from China, and silver it is for Germany. 2 athletes from the visually impaired category for Germany. So 2 guides. The team comprises 6 members.
Gold medalists and Paralympic champions, representing People's Republic of China.
Medaglia d'oro e campioni paralimpici della Repubblica Popolare Cinese.
China were 4th in Beijing in this race, 3rd at the 25 Worlds, and gold in 2026. Milano Cortina, Deng Hesong and guide Lu Hongda, Wang Tao, Wang Chenyang, skiing the last leg so impressively, Yu Shuang and guide Shang Jincai. They're able to hold off Marco Meyer. Convincing winners in the end.
Wang Tao! Wang Chenyang! Yu Shuang e la guida Shang Jincai!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of People's Republic of China.
Signore e signori, se potete vi preghiamo di alzarvi per l'inno della Repubblica Popolare Cinese.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Signore e signori, i vincitori delle medaglie paralimpiche.
The medalists in the open 4x2.5K relay, gold to the Republic of China, silver to Germany, and bronze to Norway.
Oh, big group. Yeah, big group. Everything. Yeah, you better stay here outside and everybody in the back. Any of the side buttons. Smile, cheese. Okay. Perfect. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, the relay certainly delivered on their promise of exciting racing, thrilling the fans at Tesoro. Hopefully you at home as well. Not quite done with the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games. Still some more to come. But from Tesoro in Val di Fiemme, it's goodbye for now.
This competition at the Tesoro Cross Country Skiing Stadium. We hope you enjoyed your day with us. Thank you for being part of the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games. Before you leave, please make sure you take all of your belongings with you. We would love to have you back with us at the Tesoro Cross Country Skiing Stadium when we have Milano Cross Country Skiing tomorrow. With the women's and men's 20-kilometre interval start sitting, women's and men's 20-kilometre interval start standing, women's and men's 20-kilometre interval start vision in the air. All of that taking place tomorrow. Don't miss out. Get your tickets by visiting tickets.milanocortina2026